Special News Bulletin, Erin update and U.S. weather forecast. Good evening, and welcome to our Special News Bulletin. We begin today's program with the focal point drawing close attention across the Atlantic Basin. Hurricane Erin, a rapidly intensifying tropical cyclone expected to become one of the most powerful storms of the 2025 hurricane season so far. With sustained winds already exceeding 150 km per hour, 93 miles per hour, and a well-organized structure. Erin has the potential to reach Category 4 and possibly approach Category 5 within the next few days. Forecast models indicate the storm may sweep near the northern Leeward Islands, impact Puerto Rico and Bermuda, and potentially approach the U.S. East Coast, bringing the threat of high surf, strong winds, and heavy rain to numerous coastal states. According to the latest data from the U.S. National Hurricane Center, NHC, Erin's center is located a few hundred kilometers east of the Lesser Antilles, moving west at about 27 kilometers per hour, 17 miles per hour. Infrared satellite imagery and radar scans reveal deep convection surrounding the eye, with towering cloud tops reaching 16 to 17 kilometers, 52.000 to 56.000 feet. Clear signs that an ice structure is beginning to form. The storm is drawing moisture from both the south and east while venting air efficiently at upper levels in all quadrants, supporting sustained intensification. Environmental conditions are highly favorable for further strengthening. Sea surface temperatures along Erin's path are currently 28 to 29 degrees Celsius, 82 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit, and will rise to 30 to 31 degrees Celsius, 86 to 88 degrees Fahrenheit, near the Bahamas, more than sufficient to fuel explosive intensification. Upper-level wind shear remains low, at only 5 to 10 knots, too weak to disrupt the storm's structure. Atmospheric humidity exceeds 70%, reducing the risk of dry air intrusion and helping the system maintain its strength. Forecast models, including GFS, ECMWF, and ICON, all project rapid intensification, with Erin reaching Category 3 by Saturday evening and Category 4 by Sunday near Puerto Rico's northern waters. The greatest uncertainty lies in its track beyond that point. If the Bermuda High remains strong and in place, Erin will be steered more westward toward the Bahamas, potentially coming close to North Carolina by midweek. If the high weakens or shifts east, the storm would curve northeastward earlier, heading toward Bermuda and away from the U.S. coast. The scenario involving a close U.S. approach is still supported by some model runs, notably ICON and certain members of the ECMWF ensemble, which show a possible closest approach of just 150 kilometers, 93 miles, to Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Even without a direct landfall, this would bring dangerous impacts to the coastline from South Carolina to Virginia, including 5 to 7 meters, 16 to 23 feet, waves. Wind gusts of 90 to 110 kilometers per hour, 56-68 miles per hour. And rainfall totals of 50 to 120 millimeters, 2 to 5 in. In the Caribbean, beginning Friday night, islands including Antigua, Barbuda, Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis, the Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico will experience sustained winds of 55 to 75 kilometers per hour, 34 to 46 miles per hour. Gusts above 85 kilometers per hour, 53 miles per hour. Heavy rain totaling 50 to 100 millimeters, 2 to 4 in. And seas reaching 3 to 5 meters, 10 to 16 feet. Marine operations and beach tourism will be severely disrupted should the storm maintain major hurricane intensity. Bermuda could see Category 2 to 3 winds and 7 meters, 23 feet, waves by midweek. Along the U.S. East Coast, projected impacts are as follows. Florida, mainly high surf, 2.5 to 4 meters, 8 to 13 feet, and dangerous rip currents along Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach from August 18-21. Georgia, around Savannah and Tybee Island, waves of 1.5 to 2.5 meters, 5 to 8 feet, and isolated rainfall of 10 to 30 millimeters, 0.4 to 1.2 in. South Carolina. Charleston to Myrtle Beach may see 3 to 5 meters, 10 to 16 feet, waves. Winds of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, 19 to 25 miles per hour. Rainfall of 30 to 70 millimeters, 1.2 to 2.8 in. And localized flooding risk. North Carolina. Outer Banks and Cape Hatteras could face 5 to 7 meters, 16 to 23 feet, waves. Gusts up to 70 to 80 km per hour, 43 to 50 miles per hour. Rainfall of 50 to 120 millimeters, 2 to 5 in. And storm surge of 0.5 to 1.2 meters, 1.6 to 4 feet, with beach erosion and potential power outages. Virginia. Virginia Beach may see 3 to 5 meters, 10 to 16 feet, waves. Winds of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, 19 to 25 miles per hour. And rainfall of 20 to 60 millimeters, 0.8 to 2.4 in. Maryland and Delaware. Waves of 2.5 to 4 meters, 8 to 13 feet, with light rain. New Jersey, Long Island and New England, 3 to 5 meters, 10 to 16 feet, waves. Strong winds, and scattered showers from August 21–23. Timeline forecast. Friday to Saturday. Erin nears the northern Lesser Antilles, bringing wind and rain. Sunday, north of Puerto Rico, reaching Category 4. Monday, approaches the Bahamas. Tuesday to Wednesday, possible close pass near North Carolina. Thursday onward, moves northeast, sending high surf and strong offshore winds toward New England. Residents along all coastal areas from Florida to Maine should monitor official updates closely. Avoid marine activities during high surf advisories, and follow safety warnings. Visitors to Bermuda and the Caribbean are urged to have contingency plans ready and adjust travel if the storm shifts closer. Fishing vessels and cruise ships should reroute to avoid waters where waves are forecast above 4 meters, 13 feet. Hurricane Erin is a stark reminder that the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season remains in its peak phase, and even small atmospheric shifts can drastically alter the storm's path and impacts. We will continue to provide frequent updates so you can stay informed and prepare detailed state-by-state forecast impacts from Hurricane Erin and inland U.S. weather. Friday, August 15th, Florida will be the first to feel the effects of Erin's distant swells. Along Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach, seas are expected to reach 2.5 to 3.5 meters, 8 to 12 feet, with southeast winds at Beaufort force 4 to 5. Gusting to force 6, and a heightened risk of strong rip currents. Daytime highs will be 32 to 33 degrees Celsius, 90 to 91 degrees Fahrenheit, with high humidity, creating a muggy feel. Scattered afternoon showers are possible. In Georgia, the coastal areas of Savannah and Tybee Island will see southeast winds force 3 to 4. Seas of 1.5 to 2 meters, 5 to 7 feet, mostly cloudy skies. And rainfall totals of 5 to 15 millimeters, 0.2 to 0.6 in. South Carolina will see little direct impact yet, still plenty of sunshine with highs of 30 to 32 degrees Celsius, 86 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. But early ocean swells of 1 to 1.5 meters, 3 to 5 feet, will start to appear. North Carolina, from Cape Hatteras to the Outer Banks, will remain calm, though offshore radar is already detecting outer cloud bands moving closer to the future impact zone. Saturday, August 16th, Erin will be near the northern Leeward Islands, tracking west-northwest with sustained winds of 185 to 195 kilometers per hour, 115 to 121 miles per hour. Puerto Rico will experience heavy rainfall of 70 to 100 millimeters, 2.8 to 4 in. Strong winds force 7 to 8, gusting to force 9. In Florida, seas will rise to 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet, with winds force 5 to 6. Minor coastal flooding is possible in low-lying areas. Georgia and South Carolina will see increasing cloud cover. Seas of 2 to 3 meters, 6 to 10 feet, and scattered showers. North Carolina will have light winds, gradually clouding over, with highs of 29 to 31 degrees Celsius, 84 to 88 degrees Fahrenheit, and high humidity. New Jersey, New York, and New England will remain in stable summer weather, with highs of 28 to 30 degrees Celsius, 82 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunday, August 17th, Erin will strengthen to Category 4, with sustained winds of 210 to 220 km per hour, 130–137 miles per hour. The eye will be north of Puerto Rico, about 700 kilometers, 435 miles, from the Bahamas. Florida. Seas of 3 to 4.5 meters, 10 to 15 feet, southeast winds force 5 to 6. With extremely high rip current risk. Georgia and South Carolina. Rainfall totals of 10 to 25 millimeters, 0.4 to 1 in. Winds force 4 to 5. Seas of 2.5 to 3.5 meters, 8 to 11 feet. North Carolina. Offshore seas of 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet, winds force 4. Overcast skies, light rain of 5 to 10 millimeters, 0.2 to 0.4 in. New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts. Partly sunny skies with highs of 27 to 29 degrees Celsius, 81 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Still unaffected by the storm, though light ocean swells will begin. Monday, August 18th, the eye will be 400 to 500 kilometers, 250–310 miles, from the Bahamas. Still a Category 4 hurricane. Bahamas. Winds force 9 to 10. Gusting above force 11. Rainfall of 100 to 150 millimeters, 4 to 6 in. And seas of 6 to 8 meters, 20 to 26 feet. Florida, Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Key West. Showers of 15 to 30 millimeters, 0.6 to 1.2 in. Seas 3.5 to 4.5 meters, 11 to 15 feet. Winds force 6 to 7. Georgia and South Carolina. Seas of 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet. Winds force 5. Scattered rainfall of 15 to 25 millimeters, 0.6 to 1 in. North Carolina. Showers of 10 to 20 millimeters, 0.4 to 0.8 in. Offshore seas of 4 to 5 meters, 13 to 16 feet. Virginia Beach. Seas 2 to 3 meters, 6 to 10 feet, winds force 4. Tuesday, August 19th, Erin will track near the Bahamas, leaning toward a northwest trajectory. Florida. Primarily high seas and strong offshore winds, with 10 to 20 millimeters, 0.4 to 0.8 in, of rain. Georgia and South Carolina. Convective cloud bands bringing 20 to 40 millimeters, 0.8 to 1.6 in, of rain. Winds force 5 to 6. Seas of 3 to 4.5 meters, 10 to 15 feet. North Carolina. Seas of 5 to 6 meters, 16 to 20 feet. Rainfall of 30 to 50 millimeters, 1.2 to 2 in. Winds force 6 to 7. Gusting to force 8. Virginia. Seas 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet. Rainfall of 10 to 25 millimeters, 0.4 to 1 in. Delaware and Maryland. Early ocean swells of 2 to 3 meters, 6 to 10 feet. Wednesday, August 20th. A close approach to North Carolina becomes increasingly likely, if the storm passes within 150 kilometers, 93 miles, offshore. The Outer Banks could face seas of 6 to 7 meters, 20 to 23 feet. Winds force 8 to 9. Gusting to force 10. Rainfall of 60 to 100 millimeters, 2.4 to 4 in. And coastal flooding risk. South Carolina. Rainfall of 30 to 60 millimeters, 1.2 to 2.4 in. Winds force 6 to 7. Seas of 4 to 5 meters, 13 to 16 feet. Virginia Beach. Seas of 4 to 5 meters, 13 to 16 feet. Rainfall of 20 to 40 millimeters, 0.8 to 1.6 in. Winds force 5 to 6. Maryland and Delaware. Seas of 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet. Light rainfall of 5 to 15 millimeters, 0.2 to 0.6 in. New Jersey and New York. Seas of 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet. Scattered showers. Thursday, August 21st. Erin will begin turning northeastward, Moving offshore from New England, Massachusetts, Cape Cod, Boston, seas of 4 to 5 meters, 13 to 16 feet, winds force 5 to 6. Rainfall of 15 to 30 millimeters, 0.6 to 1.2 in. Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Maine, seas of 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet, light rainfall of 5 to 15 millimeters, 0.2 to 0.6 in. Southern East Coast states will see gradually diminishing impacts, with seas falling below 3 meters, 10 feet, and winds easing. Safety advisory. The entire East Coast from Florida to Maine should remain alert for rip current warnings during this period. Especially tourists, swimming, surfing, and shoreline fishing should be avoided when red flags are posted. Commercial shipping and offshore fishing operations should proactively adjust routes to avoid areas with seas exceeding 4 meters, 13 feet.